I briefly said before, often it does start at home. Generally, again, children, they're young, they're soaking up everything in their environment, and it does start at home. Home is the first place, home is the first teacher, and that is where they initially will start to be exposed to incidents of bullying. And then from there, obviously, makes it more likely that they themselves then will carry out the bullying. And that's a lot of times where we talk about the bully victims, right? They are bullying at school, but often it's also because they are victims of bullying at home, whether it be from a sibling, which in the article points out that is actually kind of quite prevalent, that a lot of parents don't recognize, and that is kind of can be a good start and foundation of that bullying. Those younger children, again, there's that, inequality in power. If you have an older sibling who is bullying their younger brother or sister, then they already are in that's kind of a dynamic that they know at home, and then they're more prone to then be a part of that. Both the one who is bullying at home will tend to then take it and bully, and then the one who is already a victim at home will likely be a victim at school as well. And again, that's why we talk about as educators the importance of the home and school connection, the importance of parent involvement in their education. And again, I think that's a factor we talk about too, that the more parents are involved in their education, their child's education and educational journey, that can be another mitigating factor to kind of help lessen the prevalence of bullying, or even to provide sort of a foundation, a solid foundation and tools for in case the bullying happens, to prepare your children, because there may be incidents and it may be a one-time thing. Maybe they're called a name or anything like that. And I think the more that parents are involved, the more they talk with their children, the more they build those things home, obviously, the better it is. So it certainly is oftentimes going to come from home, a different environment that then they're going to express it in. And it's an even bigger environment, and sort of that can add to the impact both of feeling that already that of the victims feeling unsafe, and they enter in feeling unsafe, makes them an easy target. And then you have the bullies, who I think we know from often from traditionally, it comes from a place of very much of their own, they're frightened, they're terrified, they're insecure, and it's a way to, outwardly make them feel, well, I'm strong and I'm tough and nobody's going to mess with me, because then they are already suffering that at home. And so, yeah, I think it's, I think that's something to recognize. And that's why starting from a young age at home, and the more we can educate parents and involve them and start it there, I think the more successful we will be in sort of targeting it from the beginning.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to the Willow Kids podcast.